What's going on, you guys? Frost here and I'm back with another guide. This time I'll be telling you guys how to play Rengar. If you find this guide helpful in any way, please do remember to click that like button, as this will help me get this guide out there to more people. Also, if anything changes that will affect this guide, there will be an update in the description. If there's no update, nothing changes. The following subjects will be mentioned in this guide: champion description, abilities, leveling order, runes, masteries, the item build, and jungle strategy. If you want to go to a specific subject, you can click on it right now. Champion description. Rengar is an AD assassin. His kit allows him to pick off single target enemies extremely quickly. Rengar excels at fighting in areas with brushes because his passive allows him to leap out of them onto a target. This makes Rengar very strong as a jungler / ganker, since you can just walk into the brush on top lane with 5 ferocity and snare someone whilst jumping onto them for quick and easy kills. Rengar is a very snowbally champion, meaning that if you get a kill early on him, you can easily turn this into more kills. But he is also a glass cannon, meaning that he does a lot of damage but dies very quickly. If you like a champion that's very sneaky with insane burst damage to surprise your enemies, Rengar is definitely the champion for you. Rengar's abilities. His passive, Unseen Predator. While in a brush or stealth, Rengar gains bonus attack range and the next basic attack will cause him to leap towards the target location. This bonus lasts for 0.5 seconds upon exiting the brush or stealth, meaning you can walk a very short range out of the brush or stealth and you will still be able to make the leap. Take note, you cannot use flash in combination with this to jump further when not ulted. This will instantly cancel your passive. His first ability, Savagery. Rengar's next basic attack within 3 seconds of use will deal bonus physical damage. When empowering this skill, it will deal extra damage upon the already bonus damage you get, as well as increase his attack speed by 47 plus 3 times Rengar's level and increase his attack damage by a certain percentage. You can use this skill right after an auto attack to instantly hit again. His second ability, Battle Roar. Rengar roars, dealing magic damage to nearby enemies and increasing his armor and magic resist for 4 seconds. Rengar gains additional armor and magic resist for each enemy or large monster hit. When empowering this skill, it will not only deal damage and give you defensive stats, it will also heal you for 8 plus 4 times Rengar's level, and this increases with 6.25% for each 1% of Rengar's health missing, up to 50 plus 25 times Rengar's level. If the numbers don't interest you, it basically means you heal more the lower your health is, with a certain cap linked to your level. Leveling this ability has no effect on the amount healed. His third ability, Bola Strike. Rengar throws a bola in a linear line, and when it collides it will deal physical damage and slow the target for 2.5 seconds. When empowering this skill, its damage will increase further, and instead of slowing the target, it will root the target for 1.75 seconds. This skill is extremely useful for ganking, since you can just root the enemy in place and let your laner get some free damage off, or even get the kill. His fourth ability, Thrill of the Hunt. After activating this ability, Rengar will gain stealth after 1 second. If you're taking damage, it can be delayed to up to 3 seconds. He also gains vision of all nearby enemy champions, and while he's stealth, he gains 15% bonus movement speed. The enemy will get a warning when you're running within a certain range. Also, exiting stealth will give you a movement speed boost. This skill is basically a free kill every time you use it. This is why I opt for the max cooldown reduction build as fast as I can, because more ults mean more free kills. Leveling these abilities. I start with Q on level 1 since it's your lowest cooldown skill and it resets auto attacks, so it increases your damage even further. On level 2 I take my W, this will offer me some healing and defensive stats, meaning I'll survive the jungle better. And finally on level 3 I take my E to get all 3 skills and quickly stack my ferocity that way. At this point I'm focusing on maxing my Q for an even lower cooldown and more damage. Right after Q I max my E for more damage and better slows. And the last skill I max is W. This skill isn't worth maxing over any of your other skills in my opinion. It doesn't offer you any substantial damage increase as it scales off of AP, and it doesn't offer you any type of CC. Also, its heal increases based on missing health and Rengar's level, not on the level of this skill, meaning that the amount it heals doesn't go up at all. Only the resistance goes up, but since you're aiming to one-shot the enemy, you don't need this skill at all. And of course you take your R whenever possible. The runes. I go for 9 flat armor pen marks, 9 flat armor seals, 9 flat cooldown reduction glyphs, 1 flat cooldown reduction quint, and 2 flat armor pen quints. I take the armor pen for more damage the later the game goes, allowing you to one-shot more effectively. Then I take the 9 flat armor to help me survive early in my jungle, and I take the flat cooldown reduction to help me cap my cooldown reduction quite quickly. If you don't own armor pen runes, you can also do it with flat AD. This will just make you stronger in the early game instead of the late game. The Masteries. I go for 12-18-0 on Rengar. In the Ferocity tree I take the attack speed instead of the spell damage because the spell damage doesn't work with Rengar's Q. Then I simply take Double-Edged Sword for the damage increase it gives, the lifesteal for the extra sustain, and a bounty hunter because it's very easy for Rengar to kill everybody on the map at least once. And then in the cunning tree, I take extra damage to minions and monsters for a faster jungle clear. Assassination because Rengar will be in a lot of situations where he'll be 1v1, picking people off. The increased damage when the target is low, then Dangerous Game for a little bit of extra sustain in close 2v1 or more against one fights. To follow that up, I will take the extra bit of cooldown reduction, but you can also take the extra bit of armor penetration. It's either or. They are equally as good. Against a more tanky team, I would advise going the armor pen. Against a squishy team, I would advise you to go for the CDR one. And finally, I generally get Thunderlord's Decree, as this will add to my one-shot damage, making it slightly easier to kill people when you are not fed out of your mind. You can also go for Storm Raiders. It will help you kill people better later on in the game, and it will help you get away after. That's the main thing, because it gives you a speed boost and slow resistance. The item build. I have two different item builds for Rengar. One is for top lane and the other one is for jungle. As you can see, nothing really changes build-wise in both these builds, but I just wanted to include both so it's extra clear for you guys. I explain why I get everything with the jungle build, and then I'll quickly talk about the top lane item build. So, for the jungle build, you want to start off with a Hunter's Machete, 3 health potions and a Warding Trinket. After your initial clear, you want to go back and buy the Stalker's upgrade for your machete. If you get cut off or you can't finish the full first clear, you just back earlier and get the other half of your jungle upgrade. This is to make sure you get the full experience out of your jungle camps. After you have upgraded into a Stalker's Blade, you want to buy some regular boots and then finish into your warrior enchant. If you back with enough money to buy the full warrior jungle item and you don't have your boots yet, just get the jungle item and you get your boots later. The damage you get from upgrading that jungle item will help you a lot more than some boots. If you don't have enough money to buy it straight up, then just get regular boots, as I mentioned, with a few long swords. After you get your jungle item with some boots, you want to upgrade these boots into CDR boots and then start rushing into a Tiamat. Again, if you're backing with a lot of gold at this moment and you have enough money to buy a straight up Ghost Blade, then get this because this will boost your damage a lot more. And for that, your Tiamat can wait. I get Tiamat before I get Ghost Blade generally because it will help you a bit more in getting quick damage, as it costs about as much as one of the components of the Ghost Blade. Tiamat helps you out a lot with initial burst damage on targets, especially when you combine it with your Empowered Q's attack damage bonus. Anyway, after Tiamat you want to get Ghost Blade. You get Ghost Blade because it gives you everything Rengar needs. There is no reason not to get this item. Then, after Ghost Blade, you want to start building into crit items. Starting off with Static Shift. This item will help you a lot in clearing minion waves and your jungle camps, in a matter of seconds. It will also give you extra movement speed. Now, after Shift, you want to get yourself an Infinity Edge. I get this item just to ramp up my damage massively, because after getting this item, your crits will hit around 1200 damage with an Empowered Q. After Infinity Edge, you want to finish your Tiamat into a Hydra, because at this stage in the game, you will need that life steal to help you survive. Then, to finish this build off, you want to sell your jungle item for an Essence Reaver and your boots for a Phantom Dancer. You do it in this order so you never lose your max cooldown reduction. Another option is to get a Rapid Fire Cannon instead of the Phantom Dancer. Even though Shiv and Rapid Fire Cannon don't stack damage-wise, they will still give you the other effects. Plus, Rapid Fire Cannon has more base movement speed than Phantom Dancer. But this is entirely up to which of the two you prefer. With this full item build, you have a maximum amount of CDR plus 100% crit chance. If you reach this stage, you will pretty much be unstoppable. Then, to quickly go over the top lane build, because you can't get the warrior, you simply want to just pick up long swords 3 pots to start, then back for a Tiamat as soon as you can. If you don't have enough for a Tiamat on your first back, you might be able to pick up a pickaxe, and if you don't have more than 750, you get yourself a Warhammer. Regardless of the order, the 3 items grouped together in this build order is what you want to get generally. And once you get those, then you just want to move on into build I explained above. Jungle strategy. In the background right now you can see the jungle routes for both sides of the map. Whilst this is playing, I'll talk to you guys about Rengar's combos and teamfight strategy. So, Rengar's combos, there are a few important things to know about how to combo your skills and manage your ferocity. First up, you can prepare your Q when you're on 4 stacks and then W before you hit the target to just get 1 stack for a bit more damage onto the target. This will give you 5 stacks and will max your ferocity instead of hitting Q and then W, because this will leave you with no stacks. Up next, your one-shot combos. There are 2 ways of going about initiating with your ultimate first. You can use the Empowered E to snare them in place. This will leave the opponent with no ways to run, but it will deal less damage later on in the game. It's useful to use against high mobility champions in situations where a Q start one-shot combo won't 100% one-shot the target. So the combo is E right before you land into Q, W, Tiamat, E, auto attack Q. Again slower, Q, W, Tiamat, E, auto attack Q. And for the higher damage one-shot combo without snare, it's Q, E, W, Tiamat, Q. Again, Q, E, W, Tiamat, Q. You want to prepare your Q and then use E, W, Tiamat as you're about to hit the target and finish it off with another Q. Those two combos are the main two combos you have to know. Now for team fighting. You generally want to try to always have your ult up with 5 stacks when you're about to team fight. Because now you can either engage onto the enemy and one-shot a squishy target that is split, or you can clean up after. If you don't have your ultimate up, try to just split push, because that will most of the time just be better unless the team fight is happening in a jungle instead of a lane. Apart from that, there is not much else to tell you about teamfights because there is too many variables. You will learn how to teamfight by just doing it a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it or learned anything from it, please do remember to click that like button right below this video, as this helps me get this video out there. If you would like to see more guides like this, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!